All right, let's dive into this.
Sounds good.
How to rewire your brain for ultimate intelligence.
Okay.
Since you chose this book for us to do a deep dive on,
Right.
we know that you're interested in this whole idea of boosting brain power.
Absolutely.
And, well, we're going to explore that together
Let's do it.
and try to pull out some actual takeaways so you
Yeah.
can really unlock your brain's full potential.
I think one of the most fascinating things about this whole topic is just how much control we actually have over our
Right.
cognitive abilities. You know, for a long time,
Yeah.
people thought we were stuck with the brain we were born with.
Yeah.
But this book really dismantles that myth.
It all comes down to this concept of neuroplasticity, right?
Absolutely.
This incredible ability of our brains to constantly rewire themselves based on our experiences.
Yeah, think of your brain like a bustling city with roads connecting different areas. Every time you learn something new, you're essentially building a new road. The more you travel that road, the wider and smoother it gets, making it easier to access that information.
Oh, okay.
Or skill.
So like learning a new language.
Exactly.
Those first conversations are so bumpy.
Yeah.
But the more you practice, the more fluent you become.
Right.
That's that Hebbian learning.
Yes. Neurons that fire together.
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now think about a time
you
solved a problem after stepping away from it. Ever had that happen?
Oh, yeah. All the time.
Yeah, that's likely your brain's default mode network kicking in.
DMN?
So, wait.
Yes.
My brain is actually working even when I'm not actively focusing on something.
Absolutely, yeah. The default mode network, or DMN, it's active when we're daydreaming, showering, just letting our minds wander.
Really?
It's making connections in the background, helping us process information, and even leading to those aha moments.
So that's why sometimes I get my best ideas in the shower.
Exactly.
Wow, that makes so much sense.
It's like our brains need that downtime to integrate everything we've learned.
Right, okay.
And speaking of integrating information, the book also challenges that age-old idea that intelligence is fixed.
Right.
It argues that our environment, habits, and effort play a huge role in shaping our cognitive abilities.
It's like those studies of identical twins raised apart, right?
Exactly.
They have the same genes, but their intelligence can vary significantly based on their upbringing and their experiences.
It really highlights the power of nurture versus nature.
Right, and it's not just about one type of intelligence either.
Right.
You know, we have fluid intelligence for solving new problems, crystallized intelligence for accumulated knowledge, and emotional intelligence for navigating those social situations.
Exactly.
So you don't have to be like a math whiz to be considered intelligent.
Right.
And the best part is all of these types of intelligence can be trained.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and improved upon.
That's the beauty of neuroplasticity.
Okay.
It empowers us to shape our intelligence in ways that align with our personal goals and values.
So how do we actually do that?
Well, the book talks about breaking out of routines to enhance brain power.
Okay.
It uses this really interesting analogy of our brains being like GPS systems stuck on the same route.
Gotcha.
We need to venture off the beaten path.
Right.
When we experience something new, our brains release dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward.
So novelty makes our brain happy.
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
Dopamine primes our brains for learning and adaptation.
Okay.
Think about it. When you travel to a new place, you're more alert, taking in all the sights and sounds. Your brain is on high alert, ready to absorb new information.
So maybe learning a new skill, coding or painting, could trigger that same response.
Absolutely. It's about challenging those neural pathways. And keeping your brain engaged.
So it's not just about mindless repetition.
No, it's about actively engaging with the material. And understanding the why behind it.
So trying something new just for the sake of it isn't enough.
Right.
You have to be intentional.
It's about setting goals, seeking out challenges, and pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, what about focus?
Focus is huge.
I feel like in today's world, with constant notifications and distractions, it's harder than ever to concentrate.
You're absolutely right. Our brains aren't naturally wired for sustained focus. It's more like a spotlight that shifts around, scanning for important information.
But the book argues that we can train our brains to focus better.
Absolutely. One technique it highlights is the Pomodoro technique.
Oh, yeah.
Working in focused bursts.
Okay.
Typically 25 minutes, followed by a short break.
Gotcha.
This helps to manage our natural attention rhythms and prevent burnout.
I've heard of that, but doesn't it feel disruptive?
I know it seems counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But those short breaks actually enhance productivity.
Really?
Think of it like interval training for your brain.
You're giving your brain a chance to recharge and refocus. I like that analogy.
Yeah.
But even with techniques like the Pomodoro technique, distractions can still creep in.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where our environment plays a crucial role.
Oh, okay.
Minimizing distractions is key to maintaining focus.
So like turning off notifications.
Exactly. Turn off those non-essential notifications.
Okay.
Create a dedicated workspace. And consider using website blockers if needed.
So it's about setting ourselves up for success.
Yes.
By creating an environment that supports focused work.
It's not just about willpower.
Right.
It's about being strategic and designing our surroundings to support our goals.
So it's not just about forcing yourself to focus.
Right.
It's also about setting up your environment.
That gets you focus.
It's about understanding how our brains work and using that knowledge to create the optimal conditions for cognitive performance.
No, even with the best environment and these techniques.
Sometimes we get in our own way.
Right. The book mentions those mental barriers that can hold us back.
Our brains are amazing at protecting us.
Right.
But sometimes those protective mechanisms can become roadblocks to growth and achievement.
It's like our brains are wired to keep us safe.
Exactly.
Often by keeping us within our comfort zones.
Yes. Even when we have bigger ambitions.
It's that fear of failure that can paralyze us from even trying something new.
Yeah.
That's where the growth mindset comes in, a concept developed by psychologist Carol Dweck. It's the belief that intelligence and abilities aren't fixed, but can be developed through effort and learning.
So instead of thinking, I can't do this, we can shift to, I haven't mastered this yet.
That subtle change in language sends a powerful message to our brains, encouraging them to embrace the learning process and view challenges as opportunities for growth.
So it's not about avoiding mistakes altogether, but about reframing them as valuable feedback that can help us improve.
Embracing a growth mindset is like giving your brain permission to explore, experiment, and learn from its mistakes. It's a key ingredient in unlocking your full cognitive potential. Now think about a recent challenge you faced. How could you reframe that experience through a growth mindset lens?
That's a great question.
What lessons did you learn that you can apply to future situations?
It makes you realize that even setbacks can be valuable learning experiences if we approach them with the right mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about perspective.
Right.
It's really amazing how just changing how you look at something can have such a big impact on how we learn and grow.
Right.
Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit and talk about memory.
Okay, yeah.
I think a lot of people struggle with this.
Oh, for sure. Like sometimes I can remember like the most random trivia, but then I'll forget where I put my keys like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
Our memory is this complex and fascinating system. The book compares it to a muscle that gets stronger with exercise.
Right.
But it's not about brute force memorization.
It's about using effective techniques.
Exactly, like chunking.
Oh, yeah, chunking.
Which the book mentions.
Yeah.
This involves breaking down large amounts of information into smaller, more manageable pieces. Like think about trying to remember a long phone number. It's easier to remember it in chunks of 3 or 4 digits.
That's true.
Than as one long string.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like our brains are better at remembering patterns and groupings.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And another powerful memory technique is spaced repetition.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
This involves reviewing information at gradually increasing intervals.
So like you review it more frequently at first.
Exactly, yeah. And then you space it out over time.
I've actually used apps like Anki and Quizlet that are based on that.
Those apps can be incredibly helpful.
Yeah, they're great.
They take the guesswork out of it. They just tell you when to review the material.
Okay.
So we've talked about strengthening memory. We've talked about focus. But what about creativity?
Yeah, can you actually train your brain
to
be more creative?
The book debunks the myth of the lone genius struck by sudden inspiration.
Right, like a bolt of lightning.
Exactly. It argues that creativity is more about a process called divergent thinking.
Divergent thinking.
It's about generating multiple solutions to a problem rather than fixating on a single right answer.
So like brainstorming.
Exactly, like brainstorming.
Okay.
Coming up with as many ideas as possible, even if some of them seem outlandish at first.
Okay, so thinking outside the box.
Yes, exploring different perspectives.
Gotcha.
And here's a fun exercise the book suggests.
Okay.
To boost divergent thinking.
Okay.
Pick an everyday object, like a paperclip.
Okay.
And brainstorm all of its unconventional uses.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah.
Okay, so paperclip.
Mm-hmm.
You could use it as a 20 hook.
Okay.
To hang something.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a lockpick in a pinch.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I guess, if you really think about it.
The possibilities are endless.
The possibilities are endless, yeah.
It's about breaking free from those rigid thinking patterns.
Right.
And allowing our minds to explore new possibilities.
This makes me think about all the times I've been stuck on a problem, just trying to force a solution.
Yeah.
When maybe I should have just stepped back.
Right.
And looked at it from a different angle.
Sometimes we need to let our minds wander.
Right.
And allow those creative connections to form.
Remember the default mode network.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe that plays a role.
It plays a crucial role.
Yeah, okay.
It's about giving your brain the space it needs to make those unexpected connections.
So taking breaks and letting our minds wander can actually make us more creative.
Absolutely.
Okay, wow.
So to put all of this together, the book suggests creating a personalized cognitive toolkit.
A cognitive toolkit.
Essentially a collection of habits and practices that support brain power, tailored to your individual goals and preferences.
So kind of like a mental gym routine.
That's a great way to put it.
For our brain.
It's just like a physical workout routine.
Yeah.
It's about finding what works best for you and incorporating it into your daily life.
What are some examples of tools we could include in this cognitive toolkit?
Journaling is a great way to clarify thoughts, process emotions, and strengthen memory.
I can see how that would be helpful.
Have you ever kept a journal?
Yeah, I mean, like, I've always loved to write, but haven't kept a consistent journal in years. Maybe I should give that another try.
Yeah, I think it's a great practice. Another powerful tool is visualization.
Oh, okay.
By vividly imagining ourselves achieving our goals, we actually prime our brains for success.
Oh, wow.
It's like mental rehearsal.
Yeah.
Athletes use visualization all the time to improve their performance.
So you're basically creating those neural pathways in your brain that lead to the outcome that you want.
You're creating a mental blueprint.
Okay, that's fast.
For success.
What else?
Well, have you ever considered cold exposure?
Cold exposure?
Like taking cold showers.
Oh, like cold showers?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it might not sound appealing at first.
I can imagine.
Cold showers have been shown to increase alertness and focus by boosting norepinephrine levels.
So it, like, wakes you up?
Yes. It's like a jolt to your system.
I've heard about the potential benefits of cold showers, but I never realized they could actually affect brain function.
It's all about pushing those comfort zones and challenging your body and mind in new ways.
All right. So what else?
Another tool we can add is interleaving.
Interleaving.
It's a fancy way of saying we should mix up different types of tasks or subjects when we study.
So instead of just spending like an hour on math, I might do like 15 minutes of math, 15 minutes of science,
switch it up,
and 15 minutes of English or something.
Exactly.
Okay.
This helps our brains make connections and retain information more effectively.
So you're not getting stuck in a rut.
Exactly. That's like cross-training for your brain.
I like that.
Okay. Now, as we wrap up this section of our deep dive, remember that rewiring your brain isn't a destination. It's a journey.
It's not about achieving some arbitrary definition of ultimate intelligence.
It's about unlocking your unique potential. It's a journey of continuous growth and discovery. And the possibilities are truly limitless.
So we're all works in progress.
Yes.
Constantly evolving and expanding our cognitive abilities.
And the best part is even small, consistent actions can create a ripple effect over time. Remember the compounding effect we talked about?
Yeah.
If we can improve just 1% each day in an area we care about. Imagine the incredible progress we can make over a year.
That's inspiring.
So instead of feeling overwhelmed, we can focus on taking those small, manageable steps.
Yeah, just do something little each day.
Exactly. Yeah. And you'll be amazed at the results.
And you don't have to go it alone, right?
Absolutely not. There are so many resources available.
Like this book we're talking about.
Yes, like this book.
Yeah.
There are communities of people who are passionate about this topic.
Great.
Connect with them, share your insights, and learn from their experiences.
It's always helpful to have a support system.
It is.
And learn from others who are on a similar journey.
Yeah, we can achieve so much more when we work together, support each other, and share our knowledge and experiences.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to think about all the tools and techniques we have available to us to really optimize our brain power.
And you know, we're only just beginning to understand the true potential of the human brain.
Yeah.
There's still so much more to discover.
Yeah, it's like we're explorers charting the vast landscape of our minds.
Exactly.
But with all this talk about like enhancing intelligence, I think it's important to kind of address the why.
Yeah, what's the point?
What's the point of all this?
Yeah.
Like, why are we trying to rewire our brains?
Well, the book argues that enhancing our cognitive abilities isn't just about personal gain. It's about empowering ourselves to navigate an increasingly complex world and contribute to solutions for the challenges we face as a society.
So it's not just about getting better grades or landing a promotion.
It's about becoming better thinkers.
Okay.
Problem solvers and innovators.
It's about like expanding our capacity for empathy.
Absolutely.
Critical thinking and creative problem solving.
Yeah, it's about becoming more engaged citizens, more effective leaders, and more compassionate human beings.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So it's not just about individual achievement.
Right.
It's about using our enhanced cognitive ability
to make a positive impact on the world.
To make the world a better place.
Exactly. Yeah. And here's a fascinating idea from the book. Intelligence, like kindness, can be contagious.
What do you mean?
When we work on improving our own cognitive abilities, we inspire those around us to do the same.
Like it starts with us, but then
it's a ripple effect.
It kind of spreads out to other people.
It starts with each of us taking responsibility for our own cognitive growth. And then that expands outwards, influencing our families, our communities, and even the world at large.
Wow, that's a really powerful thought.
It is. It's inspiring.
Yeah, if we all embrace this idea of lifelong learning and cognitive enhancement.
Imagine the possibilities.
It makes you realize that we all have a role to play in shaping a more intelligent and compassionate future.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final thought-provoking question.
Okay, hit me.
If you could improve just 1% each day in an area you care about, what would that look like a year from now?
That's a really good question.
It is. It makes you think about the incredible transformation that even small, consistent efforts can create.
It all starts with just one small step.
Exactly. Think big, but act small.
Okay.
What's one habit you can adopt? One book you can read? Or one new experience you can embrace that will nudge you closer to unlocking your cognitive potential.
It's about embracing the journey and trusting that even those seemingly insignificant actions can lead to remarkable results over time.
So stay curious. Keep exploring and never stop pushing the boundaries of your cognitive abilities.
Your brain is capable of amazing things.
It is.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for listening.
For this deep dive into how to rewire your brain for ultimate intelligence.
It's been fun.
We hope you gain some valuable insights and feel inspired to embark on your own journey of cognitive enhancement.
Absolutely.